Hey there, my fishing friends, fellow enthusiasts of the rod and reel. It is your buddy and fishing expert ready to dive into the bite forecast for a really interesting day, December 11th, 2025. Now I know what some of you are thinking. December in the US? Isn't that a tough time to fish? And to that I say, absolutely not. This day, December 11th, 2025, is shaping up to be a prime example of why winter fishing can be incredibly rewarding if you know where to look and what to use. We have some unique conditions lining up that could mean finding some real trophies, but you will have to be smart about it. Stick around because I am going to share some secrets that will have you rethinking your winter fishing strategy, and trust me, you will not want to miss what is happening with the walleye and the coastal reds. Let us talk tactics for a few of our favorite species that will be active across the diverse landscapes of the good old USA. First up, for those of you chasing speckled trout in our southern coastal waters, like the Gulf Coast or the Carolinas, the bite should be good to excellent. As the water temperatures continue their seasonal drop, these speckled beauties are going to be concentrating in predictable areas. My experience tells me you will find them tucked away in the deeper parts of canals, quiet bayous and channels, seeking those slightly warmer and more stable water pockets. For tackle, a light to medium spinning setup is perfect. I recommend slow-fished suspending lures, something like a mirrodine or a soft plastic paddle tail on a 1/4-ounce jig head. Remember, a slow retrieve is absolutely key here. These fish are a bit sluggish in the colder water and are looking for an easy meal, mimicking a dying baitfish. Next, for my redfish fanatics, especially in the warmer coastal regions, you are in for a treat. Redfish will be staging on the outside edges of bayous, near river mouths and around oyster beds. Look for dark, shallow, muddy flats that absorb the sun's warmth throughout the day. These areas will hold a few extra degrees that the reds absolutely love. If you are into sight fishing, the calmer north winds we often see this time of year can provide crystal clear water, making for some exciting visual encounters. For tackle, a medium-action spinning or bait-casting rod will do the trick. I lean towards soft plastics in natural colors, maybe a matrix shad in ultraviolet on a 1/4-ounce jig head, slowly bounced along the bottom. For a more aggressive approach, a weedless spoon can also be deadly when fished over grass flats or oyster shells. And for my freshwater warriors, particularly in the Midwest and northern states, let us focus on walleye. In December, walleye become a prime target as they school up in deeper lake basins and along prominent main lake points and humps. They are comfortable in the colder water. Look for depths ranging from 20 to 40 feet, especially around any kind of underwater structure like rock piles or old submerged timber. A medium-heavy jigging rod with sensitive braided line is your best friend. Vertically jigging spoons, blade baits, or a lead head jig tipped with a live minnow or a scented soft plastic will be incredibly effective. Remember to work your presentation slowly and deliberately. A subtle twitch and pause is often all it takes to trigger a strike from these cold water predators. Now let us get into the nitty-gritty of the conditions for December 11th, 2025. Across the USA, we are looking at typical early winter weather, which means a wide range of conditions depending on your location. Generally, expect air temperatures to be cool to cold, ranging from freezing in the northern states to mild, around 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit in the southernmost regions. We could see some atmospheric pressure fluctuations with a general trend towards stable or slowly rising pressure after any passing cold fronts, which is usually a good sign for fishing. Wind will likely be moderate from the north or northwest in many areas, helping to clear water, but also bringing a chill. Scattered precipitation, possibly rain in the south and snow in the north, might occur, but overall it looks like a fairly typical December day. Water temperatures are firmly in their winter descent, ranging from the low 50s Fahrenheit, 10 to 12 degrees Celsius, in many inshore southern waters, to much colder, even near freezing, in northern lakes and rivers. This cooler water significantly slows down the metabolism of most fish, making them less active and more lethargic. They will conserve energy, so they will not chase after fast-moving baits. This is why we focus on slower presentations and targeting those slightly warmer pockets of water where baitfish might also congregate. As for the lunar cycle, December 11th, 2025, finds us in the last quarter phase of the moon. Now, some old-school anglers might tell you that a last quarter moon can mean a slower bite, as the moon rises around midnight and sets around noon, meaning less moonlight during prime feeding hours for some species. However, in my experience, a stable last quarter moon, especially when combined with favorable weather conditions, can still provide consistent fishing, particularly around dawn and dusk, or during midday warming trends. Do not let the moon phase deter you. It is just one piece of the puzzle. Overall fish activity for this December day will be moderate, leaning towards good in areas where fish are concentrated due to cooler temperatures. You can expect species like speckled trout, redfish, walleye, chain pickerel, and even some larger striped bass to be active, though perhaps a bit more finicky. Other species might be more capricious. My assessment for the bite on December 11th, 2025 is a good, focused bite 8. We have stable, though cold, conditions that will encourage fish to group up and feed, especially if you target them in their winter havens. The key is to find those temperature breaks, follow the bait, and present your lures slowly and precisely. So there you have it, friends, the rundown for December 11th, 2025. Get out there, brave the chill, and make some memories. Remember, even in winter, the fish are out there, waiting for you. Drop a comment below and let me know what your plans are for this winter and what your go-to cold weather baits are. Hit that like button if you found this forecast helpful, and if you are not already, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss another fishing report. Until next time, tight lines, and ni kvosta, ni cheshwe. May you have neither tail nor scales. Good luck out there, everyone.